Last time we were playing Deus Ex, we got to a really good stopping point. We finished the first mission. We found out that it was actually possible to look for the hostages first. I was letting the game trick me by, I got video gamed, basically. Uh-oh. Okay, that fixed itself. So we're gonna try to be wary of getting video gamed this time. The game doesn't have to give me an explicit objective in order for there to be a branching path, which is pretty cool. I'm really digging this one so far. I like FPS RPGs, obviously. Mass Effect is basically that, even though it's third person. Let me real quick just make sure that I've got everything I'm not using closed here. Since I am playing this on PC, I think I got it on a sale forever ago. I'm trying to minimize the CPU usage from it. Okay. I think it played pretty well last time, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Now, did I get a level up during the last sequence? Let's see. I need to start upgrading my social. I have 1 Praxis. I need 2 for Social Enhancer. And I've got a ways to go until I unlock another one. Now, was this the starting building that I was in that I didn't get a chance to explore because I panicked? Yep, and I have it recorded, but like I said, it turns out it's really hard to record sound effects when you're babysitting without getting a lot of background noise. So I'm waiting for a chance. Panicked for good reason. That's pretty cool that it punishes you. Take my time this time. I think nobody said, hey, you gotta get to the office right now. This is a really cool setting. I think it does cyberpunk really well, unbelievably. I associate a lot of cyberpunk with being over the top. Is there a shop where I can sell all those extra guns I picked up in here? I'd like to be able to loot some of the stuff that's around here, but... You found the room with the hostages first. Not in here. Yep, I won't announce when it's available. So now I could potentially hack. Oh, that's cool. You get XP for hacking, right? Begin hack safe scumming. I'm gonna get yelled at for hacking into people's offices. Probably when they're right outside too, right?
Didn't think I'd see you back here. I guess I couldn't find anyone competent to take your place.
We'll give it a try. Why not? I got a hack level up, so... Controls for this are a little janky. And by little janky, I mean super janky. No, there's 2 secure... Oh, it makes it harder to hack once they've already reached something. Let's see.
Access denied.
Now, what would happen if I got to the gear there? Let's try it again. I need to understand better how this works. It's like I need to make sure that I'm holding the up button for longer than it feels like I need to hold it to get the hack to actually go. Whoops, that's not what I meant to load. This is the one. Oh, I did? Oh, I thought it was showing me the same tutorial. How does it work?
Access granted.
Gotcha. And I can't go back and try to get the gear now that I've already gotten in there, right? Like you get a gray hat. There's an update there. That's cool. Someone's going to be tracking me, like, what are you doing breaking into people's rooms? Once a time we believed the world would become a monolithic nation-state, a kind of United States of Earth brought together under the global aegis of super-governmental body. Prediction seems quaint and hackneyed. The realities we live in an era where sovereign nations and formal governments of countries are little more than lines of demarcation upon the world's maps. Not to a flag, but to transnational entities that still thrive, corporations. Foresee a time when people will be citizens of their employer's nation rather than Chinese, French, Canadian, and so on. In this world, what we have thought of as traditional nation complexes just as America will fragment in order to find their own equilibrium. I believe that. That seems like a realistic view of the future. This is the drug people take to help with their body rejecting augments. What exactly are you accusing me of? Yes, I've taken quantities of narpazine out of the lab. It's part of my research, but I've also logged each and every drop used and placed all unused supplies back in the freezer. Interesting. I got an access code for accessing this one. Okay. Whatever Megan's team was onto with that patient X strand is amazing. I ran the test 3 times just to be sure, and none of the usual rejection markers are present after 8 weeks. This is unheard of. Come to my office, room 32. Now, does it save these codes somewhere in your inventory to access later once you find them? Or should I be writing them down? It also sounds like you get XP for hacking and you don't get XP for entering a code you found elsewhere, so you should go ahead and hack even if you know the code. Management realizes you've all been working long hours in the drive to fill outstanding contracts. Measure increased efforts, and we thank you for your unswerving dedication. Attempting to fill recent vacancies as quickly as possible, but finding talented researchers who can live up to the high standards this company maintains is no easy task. Interesting. Devastating loss of so many good peoples is hard to grasp. I swear to you this, we will rebuild, we will stand up, or pick up the shattered pieces of our lives. That was an inside job. Take his credit chip. I'm trying to figure out what the game does and doesn't track, right? So like, hey, you stole my money. Or, yeah, whatever. Don't care. You didn't see anything? Nothing to see here. Move along. That guy's a dick anyway, so what are they gonna do?
Talks all over the office, Mr. J. You really took care of those Purity First assholes. Wish I could have been there to see it.
Mr. J. No, this is my first ever Deus Ex game. I had a friend who was really into them when I was younger. Alright, let's try going for a gear. -2 rating to all data stores. So that makes it easier to get into stuff. I'd say they count as awesome games. I've heard they're amazing, actually, especially the original Deus Ex. I just heard this is a good one to start with.
Access granted.
Hey, I got some credits. That's cool. Ooh, there's a vent in here. Tyranny of Biology, transcript of a seminar given by Hugh Darrow at the World Bioethics Summit in Tokyo, 8th September 2011. Actually, sorry, one sec, guys. Yeah, I didn't have, my parents couldn't afford a gaming PC, so I didn't have a gaming PC until 4 years ago when I finally built one for myself. So I'd like to share is one which we analyzed. Probably why I'm bad at RTS games. I had no exposure to them as a kid, just consoles. Privacy properties of an implantable cardioverter defibrillator, introduced in the U.S. market in 2003. This model of ICD includes pacemaker technology and designed to communicate wirelessly with nearby external programmer. guess I bought myself a gaming laptop when I got my first job, so it's maybe 10 years ago that I first got into some PC gaming. I've heard that the original Deus Ex is way ahead of its time. Interesting. – 2011. Oh, interesting. So they're outraged that someone found a way to interrupt a pacemaker, potentially kill somebody. Engines of human improvement. On the threshold of an age where the tyranny of biology can be defeated. They got a really good writing team. Did this involve the original creator of the first Deus Ex at all? I hope so. Excessive vacation requests. Mika, I just got off the phone with Erin. From every season, she told me all these vacation days you've been using up lately haven't been vacations at all. Interesting. Harvey Specter. Sounds familiar. My level of bad at RTS is difficult to reproduce. I think it was like almost physically painful for Nodovan to watch me play Myth of the Fallen Lords. You're all fully aware, network security is of the utmost importance in securing the safety and well-being of this company. Oh, he worked on Dishonored. It's interesting. It's a very different setting. Firewall has been rigorously designed to withstand even the most persistent of outside attacks, but it can do nothing if employees do not adhere to the safety protocols laid out. God, such an IT guy. Lock your computers. He sends that multiple times. Surf the internet only in the comfort and safety of your own home. This guy has the same message, so you have a chance to get the same message from different areas. That's neat. Yeah, I think we kind of had perpendicular gaming experiences in our youth. Or at least I definitely can say that about me and Polar Brewski. I think you had more console game experience than me, Donovan. Or than Brewski did. Hey, sneaky, sneaky. I'm trying to think what game handled stealth the best. Like, I like when stealth is a status effect that you can easily predict the consequences of. I have trouble predicting whether characters can see me or hear me, but it seems like there's an augment for that problem in this game. Cindy Martinez, Diane Gonzalez. Don't be pissed at me, Di. All I meant when I said it was that maybe, just maybe, they made a mistake. Never actually saw the DNA results. Ooh, interesting. I remember to read these upside down. Hey, Gail, you thinking of cutting vacation days? I'm sure everything is like late-stage capitalism in this universe. Huh. It's come to my attention many of you are logging overtime hours as we continue to work hard to meet deadlines. I'd like to remind everyone about Sarif Industries' overtime policies. For anyone exceeding 8 hours of work in a single workday, you are entitled by law to 1.5 times your regular rate of pay. We'd like you to consider an alternative option, a 1-for-1 exchange of overtime for paid vacation, once project deadlines have been reached. Like, we'd like to remind you that this is an option. Now, you're not actually going to get to use that paid vacation time. Let's be real here. There's no way. Neural Hub. I like that you do get XP for reading these things. Designed for Next Generation. Also by Hugh Darrow. Millstone about the neck of cybernetics research. Such commentary indicates a failure to think outside the box. 2015, man, they're pretty optimistic. These implants, developed beginning as components in ever-shrinking cell phone, TV, and MP3 player parts, comprise numerous physical processors integrated on one physical chip. Key is in the threading. Now, is the timeline optimistic because it exists in the same universe as the original Deus Ex, which was further in the past? So it's like an alternate universe where like augmentation technology was already starting to happen around the time of this prequel. Hub is controlled by software, which enables more efficient processing of the hardware. Each input from the nervous system generates its own or multiple threads. Okay, that's clever. They do some clever stuff like this with predicting how technology is going to evolve in like Ready Player One. They basically use blockchain technology to support the servers for this like world-spanning MMO. That was a clever idea. The original was set in 2052. Okay, so they're trying to keep a consistent time frame with the original game, while still having it be a prequel, even though it means that their technology estimates are a little bit more aggressive. If you don't pick the paid vacation option, you're not a team player. I know, right? Dude, it grosses me out so bad. I wonder if that thing actually will detect you when you're opening something. It'd be kind of cool.
I hear you cleared up the situation at the plant, Adam. Nice job.
Thanks. I bet it actually was watching me last time. I wasn't even paying attention. Shit. Well, somebody saw me. That's what you get. Let your heart win. I want to take this opportunity to explore everywhere here since I didn't do it before I go in that tech lab. Feels more sci-fi than the original because of graphical limitations back then. Makes sense. Rita Malik. She's the character who met me at the helicopter, right? Let's try to not get caught this time. Is time frozen while I'm hacking? Like if there's enemies patrolling around, can they detect me while I'm doing it? Security rating 4, holy shit. She's not screwing around. She's the pilot. Gotcha. Like if I begin a hack when a security camera's not looking at me, can it find me? Okay, I gotta get one more rating in security. What does it cost to do that? I wouldn't have been able to get in those other rooms earlier if I hadn't spent a point on hacking already, I think. Only one. Ooh. Let me see if I can look in the window if there's a vent in there. Can't see. I don't think there is. Ah, but he's already in there, so maybe I don't want to hack into his office while he's in there. Should probably been checking that the whole time. Lyle Rogers, I don't see anybody in there. So the main bonus things you should be looking for are these like credit stops, I guess. If I go this way, I have a chance to get 2 of them. Dormant nuke virus found. Like turn that into money at some point? Don't think I'm gonna make it.
Access granted.
Whew, cutting that close. Yeah, I'll take a hacking hint. Drop at your feet. Shit. Alright, hold on. Can I dump? I really want to sell that sniper rifle I picked up. I imagine it sells for a decent amount. How does combine work? Probably don't need the concussion grenade. I really need to increase my space here. Oh, so you can be you can path in different directions at the same time, just like the thing that's trying to detect you can path in multiple directions at the same time.
Kick a few asses myself. Hey,
That's
does
cool.
the company have an augmentation subsidy program? I'd totally take advantage of that.
Dude, wasn't doing anything over here, nothing to worry about. Okay, that's a good tip, thank you. It's a cool minigame. I think I understand it a lot better this session. Rising to Tomorrow. Here at Sarif, we specialize in the design and manufacture of advanced neural augmentations. Rapidly shrinking and highly competitive marketplace. Their own doctors, nurses, scientists, and researchers. And they have their own security staff. 1,500 people in the Detroit area. Is that where this game takes place? Is Detroit? Nuke is a one-time use software you can use to instantly capture. Oh, there was somebody in here. Shit.
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
Okay, she's not mad at me for hacking into her office. Great. Sarif's located in Detroit. Is this game in Detroit where I am right now? What to speak as have against us? Ever since Taggart gave that damn speech in front of the UN. Oh, David's being a dick. We're the ones who were fucking attacked. We lost people. He didn't. Work this. Do what I fucking pay you to do. Interesting. What a surprise! David Sarif's kind of a dick. On the warpath. That's cool. Giving Detroit some love. Dorms. This was probably the one that I first hacked into. Yeah, okay. Alright, that was cool. Let's keep exploring around, see what we can find. I'm tempted to upgrade to the level 3 hacking, but I think I want to hold out and save for the social upgrade. This is a game I might play again off stream once I beat it. It seems like it has a lot of replayability. Lots of different ways you can try to play through it. Undetected non-lethal, which would probably just mean lots of quick loading, which I'm already doing a bit of, but I would be more aggressive with. It's the women's room. Cool iconography. Nothing really special in these rooms. Very good.
All they do is watch Picus and listen to the one-sided pundits talk about us like we're monsters.
Dory, your family has a right to their opinion. But they
I've seen Picus mentioned before. Is it like a news station or something? Objectives activation. Says.
The objective screen details your current missions and objectives.
Set her grim
In
dystopian
here,
vision.
you can find extra information that may help you better understand what needs to be done. Missions can be activated or deactivated, depending on if you want them to appear in your radar or not. Deactivated missions can still be completed.
This is my only one right now. Secure the hostages. But it didn't display as an objective during the mission, I don't think. Cool. Okay. Can you store items in like storage containers that you can loot?
Right,
Or not
Jensen.
really?
Yeah, I met her.
Okay, so there's nothing on the bottom floor really. I don't think there's anything up by the entrance here. Literate? What do you mean, six gun? Yeah, that was Picus.
Liberty in Mind and Body International offers full and equal access to human enhancement products and technologies across every global border of society. LIM runs an
Oh no, the mission text didn't. It didn't actually specify the hostages. I don't think, or at least it didn't specify it as an independent objective. Maybe I can reload and double check it, but I thought they were specifically trying to kind of trick you with that. They mentioned to you it in dialogue a couple times.
Can someone tell me how the
Sarif says, you know, you can go for the hostages, but they're a secondary objective, and I'm just figured, oh, whatever, that's just dialogue to show that he's kind of a dick. It's not actually going to matter what order I do them in. That wasn't a marker on the map, that's what it was. Thank you. This name. Yeah, so I proceeded assuming that I would eventually just run into the hostages as just part of a scripted mission. Like, given that I only had the one marker that I was following, it didn't even occur to me that it would track them separately like that. It's very cool, though. Explorer. This game is great. It's good at giving you cookies for doing stuff. Can I not get off the ladder here? He's got a secret credit chip. Packard secretary, press to read. Where the fuck are you, B-Dog? Brandy needs that notebook. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's Brian Tindall. No, wasn't he getting called out for taking some of the augment rejection medicine? Cool. Lore. Roartooth, even more candy. I don't think there's actually anything up there for me to get. Doesn't look like it anyway. Bunch of alcohol and stuff, but it looks like that's just lore. Oh wait, maybe I can get up here. No, it looks like it's just lore. It's that thing. Right on. Cool. That's pretty neat. Dude, I'd love to play a a tabletop adventure GM'd by these guys. This game kind of almost feels like a tabletop video game, and I've played several games that attempt to do that and don't do a very good job of it. It's really hard for video games to pull that level of freedom off because that means that you're fundamentally making a lot of content that a lot of your players aren't going to experience. Like, if someone chooses not to develop hack at all, then they're not going to go in any of these offices and read all these files. If that thing move away. Hey, that's my office. Security manager, Phoenix University. Different than the University of Phoenix. I think I'd hire somebody that got their bachelor's from the University of Phoenix, criminal justice. Why does he have 3 bachelor's degrees? That's unnecessary. Physical and psychological effects over years. Effect on patient. Oh, I thought University of Phoenix was a thing like over 10 years ago. I remember hearing about it all the time when I was like graduating high school. Somebody look that up. Jensen, didn't know you were coming back, so I deleted the entire network account and only received an order to stop known a few minutes ago. If you don't like the password I picked, live with it. Password Mandrake. So work on your home computer. He's extremely average smart. Painkillers. Or I can hack my own terminal. Oops. Womp womp. Pay attention to the backspace instructions this time. Oh, can I just type? Because that would be cool too. No, I guess not. Probably not once I've specified I'm using a controller. When University of Phoenix was a thing. Definitely before this game came out, I thought. Minor security concern. I don't really mean to bug you on this. I think we got another suspect in those. Is it neuropazine? Neuropazine? I caught Denzel Mitchell going over my stack of VersaLife purchase orders. He said he needed to verify the legal address of the contract. Oh. 1364 door code. It's 23. So I already know who stole. Just from snooping around, I figured out who stole it, right? Oh, that's cool. I can deactivate them from here. That's cute. Access restricted. Neat. I don't get to control the security robots? Yeah, it's a little Roomba. Okay. Denzel Mitchell. He's not the guy that we found, right? It was Brian Tindall. Hack it anyway, even though I know the code. Oh, spam, that's interesting. I see. Makes more sense. You gotta be pretty quick about it.
Access granted.
Stop worm. That's pretty cool. So if you're very hack focused, you can try to have an inventory that's full of like hacking related gear. Guess I'll dump these guys. Mitchell. China casts a long shadow. Since the 2000s, the Chinese bloc has seen a steady climb towards superpower status. A planet in the USA is the world's economic engine. Oh, major player in the emerging technology of human augmentation. They don't have regulations. Interesting. Still the PRC. Pocket secretary added. For a lawyer, pretty cool dude. Thanks for checking the POs. Sarif's bitch has had my number for way too long. Okay, I thought you were talking about me for a second. Casey implants. It's a cool little side mission here. Let's see if anything goes wrong. They give you lots of little clues about how to get in places with using the air ducts to sneak into offices. Frenetic Pony. I'm calling Jensen in. Law Boy. God, this guy can't talk. Present that accusation. Definitely had people in a business setting who typed like that. Hey Denny, when you got a second, you stop by. David asked me to draft a formal letter to TYM declining their oh-so-generous offer. This fucking guy, man. Not a single person has locked their computer so far. I guess I could just go ahead and turn these cameras off, huh? I'm hacking the office, not the computers. But never had to hack a computer so far. Not in this area. Watch that get me in big trouble later when we need security footage. Oh, let me save. Save scum heroes. I guess the problem with taking multiple routes is that... Ooh, oh no, we got it. Right on. You have an increased... Every one you go to has a chance of starting the detection routine. Just doing my job, exposing the company's security flaws. Right. Don't you know it? Hey, credit chips don't count as taking up inventory space. Thank God. I know, right? Ugh, it drives me nutty. The Los Alamos Bank, the user ID requires let's see, they all say unlocked. The user ID requires that you have a capital letter and 2 numbers, but the password has no requirements on it at all. Project Basilisk. I need you to head over to the temp lab for a few days and take the lead on Basilisk. The damn implant should have been causing macular degeneration. Shouldn't be causing it. Okay. Cancel the contract. Yeah, Sarif's kind of a scumbag. Friend at Picus. Interesting. Sounds like a sound effect from Metroid Prime. I'll listen for it. I didn't catch it earlier. Sometimes you get those common sound effects. Let me see really quick. Is there a... Okay, I can just tap F5. Cool. Jump is faster.
Access granted.
Cool. It's a cool minigame. I dig it. Robbing everybody. It's also part of my job. It's my reward for punishing them for leaving their computers unlocked. Password eclipse. Hey, somebody who actually locks their computer. Biomatrix Composite 1 was created using the R7 biochip design. Using the X1 biochip design. Tissue samples in both composites were tested every 7 days for rejection markers. Darrow deficiency syndrome is like rejecting an augment. Man, they're pretty good at simulating scientific writing in this. Like, they're not talking about, oh, the second one is perfect. Like, it's just saying, hey, we saw that it was slightly more effective or slightly less effective. Like, I find that a lot of people that don't interface with science very much struggle to write that way, you know? It's cool that they kind of have a picture of science as being a more subtle thing. It's about noticing slight statistical differences and not just, oh, this is immune to... Okay, well, you know the code is Eclipse, but I'm going to hack it anyway for the XP. I guess I would say Andrea would appreciate this game. She might actually like to play this game. She enjoyed Mass Effect. It's detecting shit, man, all the time. Can't get away from it. Oh, God damn it. I hate the controls for that.
Access denied.
Try it again. Yeah. So I'll go this way while I wait. They give you XP just for uncovering parts of the map, I assume is what's happening when it gives me Traveler XP. Bell Tower Way, corporate background brief. Maximum spectrum private military security solution for every need. 97. Office in Afghanistan, Bahrain, China, Iraq, Kenya, India, United States. Huh. Reclaimed land. Yeah, that's cool. This game is great at giving you cookies, and then, like Sarif was saying, unlocking paths to even more cookies. Andrea would dig that too. Greetings, Shine Ferret. Nuclear Snake's got an assignment for you. Van Weissel. Someone has been stealing drugs around here. Okay, so this guy goes by Nuclear Snake. Bring it to David before Jensen does. Oh. Camera rigged to record while it's inside the freezer. Interesting. Overtime hours. Yep, already read it. I like how there's even a small amount of lore, if you're really paying attention, that tells you, like, who in the staff is working overtime and who isn't. If you want to really invest yourself in the universe. It's very cool. I read this one, right? No, I didn't. Founder of Picus Communications. Really? Really? Is Picus like a mythological reference or something? Food robot at 10, makeshift robotics lab at 16. He failed to win. Hey, there we go. That's realistic. None of this. He had 6 PhDs by the time he was 7. Crap. God, the one guy on Criminal Minds has 4 PhDs. He's working on his 5th PhD, and it's like, yeah, because he has all this free time on the show, right? Roman mythology? Who's the character? So their just detection chance is really high, I guess.
Access granted.
Oops. Hey, Scald, how's it going? Did you have to change your account? Weren't you on Scald Sparma 1 for a while? Or did you just get your original one back? Full of surprises. You gotta tell me, what the hell was that the other night? I know we were interested. Okay. Yeah. Gross. Oh, sweet. I will merge your old Sir Points and hours watched and stuff in a decent number. Would you mind shooting me a quick whisper? Just say hey, and that will add it to my task list so I remember to fix it. Oh, there's another camera. It's right there. Oops. Thought I shut all of them off. There must be one that I can't turn off. Someone actually keeps track of their shit for once. This room was just open the whole time, right? Let's see. That's great. I got a couple old accounts. I wish I could get Marstead at Gmail back. I made it when I was a little kid, and when I go try to recover it, it asks me what my library card number is. Oh my god. I don't know. I tried, like, contacting their support department, but, Google has a famously bad support group. And they're like, yeah, sorry, you'll have to give us the library card. I even tried calling the library to see if they had that information on file, and they're like, no way. Okay, that's everything that's up here. Let's go ahead and progress the story for now. And get yelled at, inevitably, for hacking. Yeah, it's still out there. I just can't get into it. Makes me very sad. Yo, Prichard, you're a dick. Story progress. Stealing the dude's software. Very nice. I already had space my inventory for that. Nature of neuroplasticity. This Hugh Darrow guy. Neuroplasticity is a cool concept. Kat and Donovan's daughter, Cameron, who I've been babysitting, had a pretty serious condition when she was born called hydrocephalus, where she had a lot of fluid building up in her brain, and they had to install like a shunt that sends the excess fluid into her stomach cavity. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, I've learned a lot about neuroplasticity when learning that she will probably be fine even after all of that invasive surgery, because your brain is really highly plastic, or has a high neuroplasticity when you're a baby. So you can kind of just adjust for any problems really easily. But if you have that problem happen to you later in life, you can have some really serious disabilities as a result of it, because your brain can't respond to it quite as well. Yeah, sensations like touch, hearing can be modified through practice. Really cool concept that, like, if you take a blind person and you can attach like a device that uses a camera and converts the camera to like tingly electric sensations on their tongue, and if they wear it for long enough, their brain eventually starts to interpret the signals as a kind of sight. Like they can describe shapes that they can see. It's not just, random buzzing on their tongue. They can actually use it to maneuver around and not bump into tables and stuff. It's a really, really cool concept. This is all Reading Rainbow's fault. Precise timing available to us in today's computers. We can clearly see that enhancement is learning. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good thing to try to leverage in their storytelling for how neuro augments can work, right? God, this guy's I didn't realize what a weebie was, too. Alright, let's save.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the Typhoon, I'll get...
Everybody here wears
Now,
turtlenecks.
Richard,
It's like Archer.
It my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer.
Now, they're saying that because I did hacking, right?
Do tell.
For your information,
Custom dialogue.
I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
Oh, I'm so close to a level up.
Don't you have somewhere to be, Jensen? I'm sure Sarif is expecting your report.
This dude, man. Why is his office so big? Alright. Cameron and I finally finished, watching all of I can use my words here. Pause. Think. All of Mr. Rogers. We started watching Reading Rainbow, and I forgot that show's super good. Reminds me of that Community episode with Donald Glover. They bring LeVar Burton on. Can't disappoint a picture. Hell of the Final Fantasy 27. That's probably the most optimistic thing in this entire game, that by the time this game is set, Final Fantasy 27 will be out.
He might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile.
Oh man, their hologram technology is so much better than every sci-fi setting.
We'll talk later.
I wonder if we're gonna intentionally make hologram tech look shitty just because of all the movies where it's like glitchy and blue.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
We're just waiting for the Windsor release date.
How you feeling?
He just hinted this year that he's not going to release Winds of
here?
Winter in
Check him at
2018.
Dr.
Oh my
Mark
god, dude.
At the limb clinic downtown. Can't hurt to get a checkup.
Hey, limb clinic height.
Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking?
If your
Like,
IT guy
away
can give you
like
an
that?
aneurysm remotely.
I sent you in there to take care of things.
I didn't think he had that capability. That's cool.
And I did. The Typhoon is safe. Sanders didn't know about it. He didn't even know his hacker was augmented. He's not the mastermind behind this, boss.
So you cut him a break? The man broke into my facility and took hostages at him. I thought you were ready for this.
Mad at me for being
Today's
merciful.
attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find
I should have
out
used
who
Gamble instead,
and
I
why,
think.
so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, cause so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
He's pretty
I
augmented.
was out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends on the force. You think one
There's
of
that
them will let you-
Unreal Engine arm
Who
cross.
do I run into?
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
I've been kind of a good guy so far.
Boss, what you're asking me to do, it's not exactly legal.
No, it isn't. You got a problem with that?
Just figured I'd point it out.
Oh, thanks. And believe me, if I had another option, we'd be taking it. But these past 6 months, seems like all the influence I built up in this city just dried up and blew away.
Well, you were able to keep SWAT from infiltrating the plant until I got the Typhoon.
Just barely. And now someone else is pulling strings to keep us in the dark? We need that neural hub, son. It's key to finding out who's behind these attacks.
And taking out the men who did it. I'm on it.
Alright, so like, in the past, Mass Effect has probably been my favorite all-time dialogue-based, speech-based video game that I've played. But if you think about Mass Effect, usually your choices aren't very interesting, right? It's like you're making a decision as your character. Am I going to be a super goody two-shoes Captain America character? Or am I going to be victory at all costs, renegade? But in either case, it's like pretty clear that you're in control of the situation. What I really like about Deus Ex so far is it seems like most of the dialogue options, it's actually kind of hard. It's like, no, I can't just be the goody two-shoes because I'm not in charge of this situation. Like, I'm not confident that I'm going to come out ahead. This might actually just hurt me. And I think that's probably because of the more cyberpunky dystopian setting that, you know, you might actually get burned pretty badly. I probably need to play more like Telltale games. I'm sure that they nail that feeling of, I don't really know which one I should pick. But when I played Mass Effect, I would go into it saying, I'm just going to be Paragon, and it made my decisions effortless. I would just choose every Paragon decision, wouldn't even think about it. It was super easy. Not easy in this game. I'm really impressed what they've managed to do with the dialogue system in it. Newspaper. Glass. 4 million downloads. Anti-Hawk Taggart coming to Mullins Convention Center. They're talking about me a little bit. I got my Praxis upgrade, so let me go ahead and spend it now. Don't have to worry about it later. Social enhancers. Analyze people and persuade them. Oh, that's the KC implant they were talking about. Cool. Computer-assisted social interaction enhancer. Let's see. Emotional intelligence enhancer. Analyze people and persuade them to the functions. That's cool. No energy consumption. So this just happens automatically when I unlock the first thing. Optical polygraph. Indicates whether the user is swaying a target to his or her way of thinking. Looking at blush response, pupil dilation, and increased heart rate. I like the lore in this game too much. I got in trouble. Well, it was a long time ago. I did a different audience at the time, but I wanted to read all the codex entries in Mass Effect, and that was a bad idea. But I might end up reading almost all of these augmentation descriptions because they've done a really good job. The quality of the lore and world building in this game, I've only really seen it matched by Mass Effect. Very deep, cool universe. And it's presented in a concise way. Like, I thought that Pillars of Eternity had a really big focus on optional lore, but I felt more like it was a deluge in that game. What kind of bathroom is this? Unisex bathrooms with Hallie McBeal? By Mass Effect 3, they got you to make decisions individually instead of automatically hitting Renegade. Yeah, there's a couple. Mass Effect 2, I think part of it is that the Paragon decisions are almost always easy to make if you go into it and decide, I'm just going to be a Paragon. But they do a better job of making some of the Renegade decisions raise an eyebrow. Like, do I really want to be a dick about this? Is this really the hill that I want to die on? I still love Mass Effect. I'm not discounting it. I'm more say that to praise this game than to disparage Mass Effect.
Please report to your office. Adam Jensen?
Can do. Running. Now, real quick, so this is a spoiler question. I don't need to pause. Can I talk to Sarif about the stolen drugs, or is that just kind of a side little lore thing? I assume that it was sort of an implicit side quest, but I didn't have any dialogue options when I was talking to him. So it's here visiting the limb clinic. Side quest.
Man, what am I doing here? This is nuts.
Hello.
Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know
I
it must be
manage.
hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess
I
with the
wish,
factory.
right,
Yeah.
Namaku, it's hard
Tough
though.
times all around.
Think about all the
How about you, Corelli?
butterfly
Okay?
effect changes
I
in
don't
Mass
know.
Effect 2.
I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tindall, you know, one of Prichard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Neuropozyne.
Jesus,
I already
Tim.
knew that.
You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tindall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Quest details.
Neuropozyne. What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients?
As you know.
Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
I think because we're friends?
How about Tindall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tindall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You need a Casey aug or something to crack him.
I got it covered.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Pretty ballsy stealing a patented drug from a secure lab. How'd you manage to do it?
Both Tindall and I worked the night shift every other week. I stashed the neuropozyne in a bag while he edited the security footage. Guess he kept part of it.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tindall has on me. It's probably in his apartment. On his computer, maybe.
So what? I just look him up in the phone book?
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate path. Maybe use the fire escape or something.
I love the way characters in this game talk about what are clearly game mechanics. You have to have pretty high hacking skills, but it works for the universe, right?
And I should care about this because...
Damn, Adam. Are you really going to shake me down like this? That's cold. I'm hurting here. Look, I may be able to get my hands on a weapon mod for you.
No, it's okay. I appreciate it.
Buy your help.
All right. Tell me more.
Really? Wow. Thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
Cool. Okie dokie. Done virtually everything there is to do in here. I already knew Tindall was involved. I can use that Caseyog. Yeah, I could hear that. I had always seen screenshots of this game, but had never seen what, or heard Jensen's voice before. It wasn't what I was expecting him to sound like. It is a Roomba. You got a ride on it, right? Marstead interact with the game. Ride the Roomba. Yeah. I stole from the company. Now I need to do some breaking and entering for me. And really? You won't do it for free? What a jerk.
Mrs. Reed?
Oh, Adam, I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here?
It's exactly the same, man.
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready.
I haven't seen it since Life is Strange, though.
Work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
I'm sorry. It's not proper of me to come here and stir up bad memories, especially after what you've been through.
Yeah. A lot
Try
of things
really
changed
hard
6
not to
months
pay
ago.
attention to the animation
Get
working.
over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
I never asked for this. We're not going to roleplay the game appropriately. We're going to stick with optimistic.
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm glad to know you take it so well. Many of us wouldn't be able to...
They really let you say that a lot, don't they?
Dramatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan.
I assumed from the
About
meme
what
that he was, like,
happened to her,
narrating
or
the
rather,
game and saying that
about
all
the
the time. I didn't realize it was a
investigation into what
dialogue
happened.
option.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
Oh, it's a
And
meme
now
because it
you
was in the
wanna find out
trailer.
more.
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. You're not the same, Adam. And we've yet to see if it's for better or worse. But I know you loved Megan. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
Reward.
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself. I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me.
Does Adam's appearance change as you unlock augments?
Detective Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment
Or not
building
really.
on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Cool. All these side quests, all these things to do. Pretty good job of tracking them. Save, and let's check our objectives list and pick something to focus on. Let's do lesser evils first. No, I want to go to a limb clinic first. M6.
I don't really have anything against it.
Is there going to be a shop out here that I can potentially find as well, so I can sell some of my excess crap? Take a look. Downtown apartments, police station. This is a more open map than I was expecting. Derelict row. Is the shop going to have a specific... Like, can I sell stuff at the limb clinic? There's a shop near here? Okay. I'm guessing I can't just sell sniper rifles to anybody. Be well.
The biomod industry is going to tear this city apart. Mark my words.
Convention center.
Last night for a walk. But you might want to stay on a derelict road, knowing how the local gang.
You're a very lucky man to be able to afford all those augmentations.
Oh, Detroit. Searching trash cans, alright.
You never have trouble finding a seat on the bus, do you?
Any idea what they're calling for weather-wise?
Adam, nice look you got going on there. You must be hitting the clubs tonight.
I can't believe this whole...
Hey, Adam,
asked for
didn't
this.
see you there. You heading home for the evening, or does Mr. Sarif have you looking for
You like baseball? That Lucerne Park is a monster. The agile therapy they put him on saved his career.
Interesting. That's the kind of like incidental lore that I love. My all-time favorite version of it is probably the Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space sequence from Mass Effect 2. Where are all the back alley weapons dealers?
Thanks for at least talking to me. Most people just walk on by like I'm invisible. They've made it practically illegal to be poor in this city.
That's
Bastard Sarah's buying up whole blocks and upscaling them. Where the hell are we gonna go? California? The whole West Coast is gonna be underwater in another few years.
Ooh, learn to swim.
Bastard Sarah's buying up whole blocks and upscaling. Where the hell are we gonna go?
Bullshit 3-ring circus sideshow of freaks. Pretty well groomed hobo. Yeah, I think the worst voice actor character model disconnect I've ever seen in a game is probably Skyrim. Could maybe think of a different example that really stands out for me. I think a lot of times it's a casting art department disconnect more than anything else. Get to that barrel. It's a way to tell me that I can maybe reach it somehow. There's jump shenanigans, maybe? Thing to lift and move around. We have to get jump upgrades. It's a cool way to reward you for doing that, though.
Well, shit. If it ain't the captain himself. Mr. Sarif done fixed you up good, ain't he? Give you new set of glasses and everything. Damn.
It's got a new set of glasses.
Didn't think I'd see you walking this boulevard anytime soon, that's for sure. Not after what happened 6 months ago. People said you's down for the count.
People tend to underestimate me.
You and me both, Captain. You and me both. You, got any credits you could spare?
I feel like... No, you only like Hot Devil.
I wish I could offer you a drink, Tish. But I know you only like Hop Devil.
Oh, that's all
Yeah, go for
right.
it, Effects. Thanks for asking.
It's the thought that counts.
How about you give me some information, and then we'll see.
Oh, damn, Captain. You ain't no cop no more. Why you gotta insist on using them rules?
Because it's my money this time, not the department's. You want it, you better give me something that's worth it.
Yeah, I guess. So what you wanna know?
I feel like the voice style they're going for with Letitia doesn't really match the Unreal Engine's animation kit. Let's see.
It's been a while since I walked the beat. Where would a less than exemplary citizen go these days if he needed to acquire some unlicensed firepower?
Well, now, I hear there might be a gun seller or two around town. But an adventuring man, especially one fixed with some of that fancy techno limbs Mr. Sarif
Fancy.
he might be able to acquire a
I remember following VG Cats pretty closely, but he stopped updating regularly.
Fine. I'll bite.
That's a lot
Tell
more
me
than I
about
was
this extra
expecting.
mile.
You hear about the protest at Lim today? The one ass was about to get all violent to Mr. Sarif's factory stole all the news.
What about it?
I love that final panel.
Somebody
Good
wanted to
effects.
make sure it got to Miss Eliza's attention. Maybe had a
Quarter of my
street in
income is
high
quite a lot.
place somewhere, looking down on the Lim Plaza, aiming to turn things up a notch. Didn't happen because the factory, but you never know. They might have left something behind.
Thank you.
I think I've got all the information I need right now, Tish. Maybe next time.
I'll be right here waiting for you, Captain.
Thanks, Tish. Good looking out. Alright, so she didn't actually give me the location of a gun seller. She just said that some existed, right? Non-talking hobo.
Hey, pal. I can see you've had some work done, and I'm wondering, what do you think about this augmentation?
Why did you do it?
Looks to me.
Beautiful just the way you are. Interesting that strangers would probably harass you if you had visible augmentations, right?
If you see any sign of Purity First agitators on the streets.
You meet all types in this city.
Any idea what they're calling for weather-wise?
Damn security first. The arrogance. Who the hell are they to decide what I do with my body?
Mark my word.
You're a very lucky man to be able to
Breakdancing guy talking about biomod industry tearing the city apart.
Did you hear about the hostage situation at Sarif Industries?
Damn it. My Wi-Fi's out, and I need to check the sports scores right away.
For one of those cranial jobs.
Eliza is so hot.
You're crazy.
I'd take a cranial Wi-Fi. That'd be pretty sweet.
I
Adam?
love Detroit. There's no place
You got that neural hub yet?
You're asking me to pull off a heist, boss. Inside a police station.
It is tracking me
It's gonna
shit.
take time.
Right. Well, if you can't talk your way past the lobby, there's gotta be another entrance outside. In back or on the roof.
Too heavy if I were
Save
strong
the
enough.
frontal assault as a last resort.
Interesting. Maybe I can get past it. That's cool. I should probably go do the main quest. Ugh. Punishing me for side questing. Alright, I know this is a spoiler. I'm probably going to ask this question pretty regularly. Just because if I'm going to be side questing, I'd like to be able to side quest without stress. Oh, I'm just near the police station. Okay, thank you. That's what I need to know. It's a cool mechanic. Still looking for a weapons dealer here so I can sell these guns. I really need my inventory space back. Like yesterday.
2027 and we're still arguing about the damn environment.
No
When I was a kid, it was the big news. Global warming.
Why would you book me a
This
trick
might be it.
inside D-Roll? What is some shit? Goes down. How am I even gonna get
What's
out
what
of there?
noise?
Don't worry, baby. I'll come to get you.
You crazy? They ain't just gonna let
This DRB turf, asshole. Don't try it.
Or if you can get away, meet me in the sewers.
What you say? I ain't crawling through no sewers on account of your bullshit. What's the deal, baby? Need
Oh,
something?
probably Ben scratching a,
I'd much rather get with you than go with D-Roll.
Oh, cool. Let's be careful here. Let's see, where are we? We just saved before we started trying it. Probably the cat's scratching one of the couches, would be my guess.
He's gonna kill me with that shit.
Look around you.
You don't want to get no closer, Og. Don't come no closer, Slick. Back on.
Call me Og. Rude. Can I actually pull out my weapons here? Is it just something I have to activate? I thought maybe I was in a mission that wouldn't allow it.
We got the high ground now, bro. Thanks to the beef, the bangers don't got half the artillery we do.
Good to know.
So tell me, you chosen a weapon and victim for the last stage of your initiation?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fuck one of the hobos under the overpass with a longsword.
Sniper action. Very nice.
That's rude. Nothing to see here. Move along. Oh, I totally can. We're done. What's the takedown button again? Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. Nope. Tap the B button. Don't kind of hold the B button. Good lord. He gets violent with that. My god. Is it ever possible to, like, throw, like, a pebble to distract somebody? I'd love to be able to just walk past these guys, but...
Yeah, so what?
He's gonna kill himself with that shit.
Yeah, and I said, so what? Look around you. If he wants to snip...
Don't come no closer, Slick. Back on.
He was about to murder a hobo in cold blood.
Don't push it, asshole. I ain't telling you again.
Not pushing it. Whoops, okay, I see. So you say don't come closer, but what he means is get out of here, basically. Gotcha. Wait for him to walk away this time. Have patience. Have patience. Don't be in such a hurry. All these situations where two dudes are facing each other. Maybe he doesn't move until after he detects me and then I move away.
Turn around, Og. This doesn't concern you.
Alright, turn around. Everything's fine.
Get no closer, Og.
I'm not.
Come on. Come on.
I left. Now he leaves. Okay, cool. Neato. Now, does that count as, if I were doing a stealth playthrough, would that count as failing stealth there? Here we go.
We got the high ground now, bro. Thanks to the beef, the bangers don't got half the artillery we need.
Scope out this path here, too. Not that I'm going for that playthrough, I'm just curious what counts and what doesn't count. I wish I could, like, throw a pebble. I bet it's possible to make that jump. Gotta remember, I'm not playing Titanfall 2. I can't wall ride. Can't be 100% sure if I can make stuff. This feels like the kind of game that would put something secret over here, though. Not like that, though. Oh, wow. So that's enough of a fall to kill you. Back off as a stand-in for what was that noise. I did finish Titanfall 2, yes. Nope, not like that. Maybe I need to have the leg augmentation. It's kind of hard to tell if I'm not making the jump because I'm not executing it properly or because I can't make it. I forget, does sprinting give you additional jump range in this game? Maybe. Traveler, nice. So Traveler doesn't trigger based on map uncovery, it's based on reaching like kind of secret areas like this one. Fire extinguisher. Immerse yourself in taste. You can move the vending machines eventually, that's cool. Specific paths and locations. Right on. That kind of improves that sense of getting a cookie, right? Where am I now? I don't know if those guys are going to count as hostiles or not. Let's see. It may have just been, I may have gone the opposite direction. This may have been an alternate path to sneak into Derelict Row.
Look at you, all armed up. Can you fly with all that stuff?
Oh, let me guess.
Basically,
you got nothing to
yes.
spare. That's all right, man. We all got our crosses to bear.
Fight me, dude. Okay, I think that's what it is. It's another path to get in there.
You an ex-banger? You got the look. Maybe you know the Big Ant. He's
What
been
do you
busting
want,
DRB heads for
You
years.
hear what Lazarus been saying? This country's falling apart.
You look like a guy that gets around. Little advice.
Stay out of the sewers.
I've been out on the streets a long
Fight
time.
my shiny metal ass.
Whoa, man. That's some get if you got. What you trying to hide?
Trying to hide anything, man. My one of my other pair of robot legs. Interesting. Ah, this is the other side of this thing if I had the strength to move it. Man, they really give you all kinds of ways to do this, huh? It's really impressive. That's yet another way to sneak into that area without having to trip that guy up. Super cool. Super duper cool. Gotta go straight to the sewers now, right? Alright, and if the characters are green, that means that they're not gonna try to kill me.
You hear what Lazarus been saying? This country's falling apart, man.
Sarif puppets. Yeah, that's what I've always heard, that it enables a lot of different playstyles. I think I need that crate for anything.
I'm thinking about getting my pit bull augmented. Get him some cyber paws.
Cyber paws. We'll go ahead and do a side quest while we're here, that's fine.
Real tight merch. Those odd lovers get in my face now, I'm ready to pop.
Grayson, where he at these days?
Yo, where you been, man? You been running shit through that abandoned...
Oh, are we in the... Oh, we're in the downtown apartments, okay. Let me save.
Hello there. Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. Jensen. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're
Alpha,
kinda...
Beta, Omega.
I'll try to
Interesting.
take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Sarif headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked.
I have to ask Propagable,
People seem way
is
too eager
just
to
like
jump
people
to
still take
conclusions.
Alpha, Beta,
And
Omega
every time I was
personalities
remotely
seriously?
insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up.
So I'm learning more the more he talks.
You
that's
obviously
cool.
have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So I could have gotten enough XP in the first
off,
mission to
there's a
get
rumor
this
that the
for
order to close the investigation came from higher
the
up,
hostage-taking
maybe even
conversation.
outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came down to close the case...
I think
the
you
bulk of
can.
the
You'd have to
evidence is
just
stashed in a
do
storage
everything
locker.
for XP in that mission.
Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
Bah, it's nothing. Cool. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
Why retire from the force only to become a security guard? I mean, it looks like you still love the work.
I love the idea of being a cop. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to join the force. But I just got fed up. It's not like I had imagined it. It's a job. Some people are good at it, while others just don't care. And it shows. This case, the Sarif case, it was just the last drop in a cup already full.
You said an outside agency may have tampered with a storage locker. What did you mean by that?
Well, I've seen, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase. What are you not telling me?
Damn it! Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative.
Bale Batman voice,
but I can't
yeah.
think of a nice outcome to that.
I really hated Christian Bale's Batman voice. I think Kevin Conroy nails it. Like, he has a very different voice for Bruce Wayne and for Batman, but it's not so over the top. Like, I almost laughed every time Bale would do it.
How did you get assigned to this case?
I didn't push for it, if that's what
I
you
like
mean.
that with
To be honest, I didn't want to
Batfleck,
be
they just had it be a speaker on
I
his
was an
throat
honest
to
cop,
distort his
Jensen.
voice.
I always tried to conduct myself in accordance with the law, with procedures,
Beta.
and what I believed was right. Not really the standard MO for a case like this.
Activate pheromones. Convince. Oh, that's cool, because I talked to him enough. That's really neat. Wow, what a cool system. Actually put mechanics in it. Okay, omegas are susceptible to pressure, but alphas are quick to rebel. Betas can be appealed to, but the low self-esteem of omegas will make them very suspicious of this kind of approach. Alphas can be appeased, but betas will be angered by this approach. That's really neat.
Come on, Chase. You're the good guy, the honest cop. In a police flick, you'd be the straight arrow. You know deep down you want to do what's right. That safe code could mean a lot.
Don't paint me as a hero, Jensen. I'm a regular guy. But you're right, though. I always try to do the right thing. The code is 7196. But do me a favor. Can you at least try to hack the damn thing before punching in the code? If I'm lucky, it'll be enough to throw them off.
Neat. That was pretty awesome. I really like the way the AUG works. It's not just, like, persuade. I mean, it's still it's a pretty simple mini-game, but it's better than just putting points in persuade and suddenly having all these new dialogue options for free. You still have to ask them all the questions to analyze them, which is pretty cool. Of course I'll hack. I need the XP. I'm not actually going to use that code. Are you serious? Thank God all codes are 4 digits. I guess there are text passwords as well, but... Game taught me in the first mission that I need to check every freaking box to make sure there's not a secret vent behind it. This one's pretty tricky. I am always triggering shit these days.
Access granted.
The universal pass for perform build. Right. Oh, this is quite nice. If I can move the guy's fridge, there's a secret passage behind it or something. Maybe just all fridges are meant to be movable. There's not enough XP in the game in order to unlock every augment, right? I feel like it's probably correct to do it that way. Ah, clever, clever. Is it worth fortifying nodes? Yes, I saw that, but I didn't really see the point if you can just try to rush to the end. Also, I have never, since this session started, I've never taken a node and not immediately triggered the alarm, so I don't have time to fortify in that case, right? Like, now I just gotta go.
Access.
Is it worth taking the parts of a second to do that, though? So I can only really bother doing that if I manage to capture a node without triggering an alarm, right? Otherwise it's not worth it. Pipe dream or theory of the future. Hey, thanks! Appreciate that, Zelda. How you been? How's Nier Automata treating you? Probably a little bit further than I got. We played it for Subblock and I got 5 hours into it. I noticed your tweet. I'm sure that sequence was as fun for you as it was for me. You're popping in from Jen's channel. Hey, I'm Marstead. My wife she was a colleague of Jen's. Trying to beat every awesome game. We're on the word nanotechnology for decades. Despite all our best efforts, we're only inching closer to the molecular scale frontier when in fact we should be racing toward it. Human augmentation lies in the small, in fact the smallest. The molecular frontier will be broken in true nanoscalar programming. Violet range. Okay, cool. Let's try this again. But I need to save the programs in case I need them for the final boss, right? Oh, does this thing remain hacked when I come back to it? Oh no, it's just the only one I can go to. Never mind. Disregard. Hey, there we go. This actually worked for once. Now, but if I fortify, that also increases my chance of detection, right? So if I'm going to do it, I should do it at the same time as trying to get to the next node, I guess.
Access granted.
Sweet. Rob this poor guy. I guess I can start using the software. I have more than one of each of them. That's all I got over here. I'm going this way. Sorry, dude, I know we're friends and I charmed you, but I totally just robbed you. Oh, I should probably put your picture back. This is the kind of game that tracks that sort of thing. Not that he's not gonna, you know, find out anyway, right? Oh, I can't put it back once I put it down. Right on. Yeah, right now I can just kind of brute force all of the hacks, so that's why I'm holding on to them. It seems like they stack pretty high, too. So many side quests, goodness. Okie dokie. Back to moving around. Let's see. I just got a piece of candied all the way over here. My original plan was to continue sneaking into the derelict area because I imagine I can find a weapons cellar in there somewhere. So I'm going to try to work my way back over there and keep doing that. We went in through Central Station last time. Excuse me. There's the punks. Could go in the sewer eventually. I think I want to do that at some point. Could also envision there being a secret gun dealer down there. I haven't already, like, walked past the gun dealer a bunch of times, have I? I assume that they're kind of keeping him a little bit hidden. Since Letitia didn't say, hey, just walk across the street there. Actually, I have. Like, recently? Someone in the subway? That's my main focus right now. I just need to get my inventory space back. Watch the, sniper rifle not having been worth picking up outside the subway. I already talked to this guy.
My Wi-Fi's out, and I need
already
to
talked to her.
scores right away.
It's a gas station in the middle of the map. Tried talking to him, he didn't respond. Those signs are pretty cool. Oh. There's a thing in here. Thank you. Oh, he's selling more in the open than I expected people would be. Right on. Detroit, I guess. The myth of human augmentation, no better. Humankind has always sought to improve itself. In the earliest iterations of civilization, we improved our minds through education and the pursuit of knowledge. Give me perhaps an dare to say that the human being is a divine engine. Each piece of yourself you surrender, your humanity dies a little more. It's a really interesting philosophical argument. It's like, is wearing glasses losing your humanity? Like, when exactly does it start to become a problem? Like, clearly you can say someone that's 99% robot, it might be a bit of an issue.
Got anything you want to buy or sell? I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
He does not look like what his voice sounds like. It's funny. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, can I get the silencer off of it? I want the silencer for my tranq rifle. Sell. 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 Might buy a stun gun eventually. Sell. 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 Okay, those weren't worth as much as I thought they were, so I'm glad I dumped it earlier. Probably could have dumped the bars instead, though. Can you use those remote detonated explosive devices for, like, progression, or are they mostly for killing people? Use them to, like, blow your way into something. First round, shotgun, mine template. Automatic unlocking device. Throw it at a terminal. Do you still get XP if you use one of those to open something? I'm supposed to wear glasses. I haven't made it to the optometrist to replace them in a long time. I have pretty mild nearsightedness. Like, I don't have a restriction on my license, but it's hard to see stuff in full detail from far away. Il Metamorphoso. Setting in this game kind of reminds me of Vampire the Masquerade, but way more polished.
Approve of these protests. These
Also pretty cyberpunky.
Someone is getting...
Yeah, I'll do the limb clinic stuff real quick. Got my inventory space. Pre-rendered cutscene. See that artifacting. Oh wow, you capo.
David Sarif told me
pretty strong description.
I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
Glial tissue buildup is an indication of...
be under opposing shots by now.
One would think.
Rejection?
But these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrodes seems to be getting stronger.
So I'm free to go?
Well, Mr. Sarif did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account.
Oh, wow, they gave me a ton of implants then. So that's what I'm using the Praxis for.
To mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally.
That's a cool in-universe reason for why I need XP.
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis Kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
You can, if you prefer.
That's a really clever way to... You don't have to make your mechanics make sense in the universe. You can often just separate them.
Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements
that's a neat way to do it.
Would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
Added 5,000 credits. Fire items. Typhoon ammo. I'm good. Yeah, I want to buy all of these whenever I have a chance to. And if it makes me go broke.
Very well, Mr. Jensen.
Guessing there's a finite number of those in the game. Watch, like, the how augmented you are infects the ending. What happens in the story. You're not human anymore. So I got 2 Praxis available. I'd like to be able to hack everything. I'm trying to think of what other stuff. Get information about nodes before making a decision. I feel like you can kind of cheese this with save scumming. I want to get Stealth Enhancer eventually, but I kind of want to focus on progression-related stuff. Places I can only go with upgrades. Rebreather, don't really need. Don't need Typhoon at all. Don't need any health can't get any health upgrades. Don't really want to get anything combat related. Ever. Probably get Cybernetic Arm eventually for moving stuff. Oh, and for inventory size for sure. I'll give me more money to buy more Praxis shit. Recoil, don't care. Jumping is probably going to let me get to other places. Run and walk silently, that would be pretty nice. Cloaking would be nice too. Use that with those situations where there's two guards facing each other. No falling damage would be great also. Take down multiple opponents eventually too, yeah. See through walls. Ooh. That would be pretty nice. Is that the thing that shows me vision cones? Oh, that's this one, I think. Or maybe not. Which one is the one that lets me see enemy vision? Is it Stealth Enhancer? There it is. Okay. Which I could get right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the hacking stuff first, though. Radar. Doubles radar's range as soon as they're in range. Usually acquiring them is not required. Would be nice, too. Let's just do hacking. Get it over with. Yeah, I imagine there are a few that aren't worth it. Gotta get up to 5, and then I can start looking at other stuff, but I gotta do that shit first. So I kind of want to go back into the Sarif building and hack those 2 terminals that I couldn't hack before.
Is it true they stop your heart and the machine does your breathing?
More or less. I know it sounds a little hair-raising, but we do it every day, several times over. It's a very safe procedure.
Will I feel any pain or anything?
Yeah, I redesigned
IV needle.
more Hugh Darrow stuff.
Backwards, and the next thing you know,
Vision begins when light enters the eye through its lens.
Wow.
Light and electrochemical impulses.
But you might afterward as you wake up.
Visual prosthetic, a bionic eye, is a form of neural prosthesis intended to partially restore lost vision. So, like, Darrow both owns like an augmentation research company and a news media corporation. I thought I saw the name Darrow on both of those things. Oh, I misheard what you said, Lane. You said there are a few that aren't worth it. There are a few that aren't worth it. I want to give you your patients some medical advice. Mr. Margulis. Patient and not the employer will be the one to decide whether a half-tested prototype augmentation should be included with all the others or not. Interesting. Just wanted to give medical advice. Treat them with courtesy. Continue about your business. Don't interfere. Guidelines must be followed to the letter. Adam Jensen. No allergies. Family history adopted age 5. Of course. Demonstrate the healing ability greater than 2 standard deviations above the mean. The following: speed of recovery, repossession of faculties. Interesting. One previous operation 6 months ago, life critical, requiring full replacement of chest cavity and left arm. Yeah, okay, that's what happened at the beginning of the game. Right on. Cool, cool. Very neat. A Cyber Boost Pro Energy Jar. See you, Namaku. How long does this game track loot that's left on the floor? Like, if I drop something and I leave the map, is it gone forever? I'm gonna head back to Sarif real quick because I want to use my level 4 hacking. There's a couple doors that I couldn't get into before.
Protesting is not against the law.
I know that, officer. But some of those guys were carrying tire irons and setting garbage cans on.
Sounds like Detroit. Gary, Indiana.
Adam, are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam,
working on it, man.
If you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
I have got so much shit going on right now, dude, and if you're not explicitly timing me, then shut up. I'm gonna go this way.
We don't want any more trouble.
What will you say when you're kidnapped?
Mike was just founded by his father. I wonder how closely the streets in this game map to real-world Detroit. I know some games take that a little bit more seriously than others. Like Fallout 4 tried to recreate Boston pretty closely, right? Now, this is not Sarif Center, but I'll
better not go there, man. Unless you want to get hurt.
Sorry, guys. Didn't realize you owned the convention center. My bad. My bad. Some people's kids, man. It's a pretty big complex. Wow. Looks like it's really hard to get in there, too. Sarif is, I can make a right. I make a right. And then another right. Should I be thinking of Picus as, like, CNN or Fox News? Or it doesn't really matter? This was the era when I could see developers trying to make that distinction. Heist movie montage. CNN, okay. That's what I thought too, but...
You believe it? We had the place around.
I haven't spent a lot of time reading all the newspapers I had access to, is why I asked. Should have been able to pick up on that already by now. Okay, here's our security rating 3. And that's back on, but I think I'm okay as long as it's not looking at me, right? Let me see really quick. So I don't know if time stops while I'm doing this or not. Okay, so I got it. Let's see. Up. Go left, down, right, up, left. That's pretty brutal. 50% detection. So I gotta get through without getting detected on the first one, or I gotta use one of my thingies. Okay, try the other one. See what you mean about the higher hacks getting pretty brutal. No kidding. Who would have thunk it? God damn it.
Access denied.
I keep pressing the thing to go, but I let go of the analog stick too early. It doesn't let me go. Let's try it again. Oh, nuke makes you undetectable. Okay. You're just gonna take a node for free.
Access denied.
I'll load once I run out of attempts. I'll probably end up using my items at some point as well.
Access granted.
Hey, first try. Elite skills. That thing totally watched me do that. It's okay. Building Wings, A Better Tomorrow by David Sarif. What is transhumanism? To an enhanced future. Sound like an evangelist. Credit chips. Hey, Fly Girl. Serious about hitting J Tree next month. Think about it. Thanksgiving in the desert. Hanging out after we nail the fortress. Natural selection, baby. Oh, I didn't realize that Malik was into raves. Ooh. Have changed the code. It's 8053. Helipad storage area. Oh, okay. So that's the little room that I got to at the vent that showed me that Tindall was selling the neuropazine to somebody, right? I mean, it may have just been connected to it and not exactly the same area. Whoa. Battery dead on this thing? I have one of those charger packs. Just try swapping in some normal run-of-the-mill batteries here. Hey. Throw this guy on the charger before I forget 1 second. Come on. Yes, Ben, I know you're very hungry, and I'm over here making noise, which means clearly I must be done streaming, which means I must be feeding you now. Alright, here we go. So it's like I need to get to that node without triggering anything to be able to get through here. If there's just a double line, does that mean that you can go through it no matter what? So it's both ways, basically. So we want to use the nuke for
Access denied.
the first one if we're going to use it. Let's see, is F6 quick load or F7? Oh, I appreciate that they give you an option to opt out of that. Isn't the red pillar harder to do? I thought you said not even to bother with, or somebody said not even to bother with it. I guess I can get there faster. I'll give it a try. Why not?
Access granted.
Oh. Huh. When you say, so when someone said hard, they must just mean impossible to reach. Hey, thanks for the host, Mosmedias. Usually has a one-way blocking you. Right on. What's up, dog?
Eliza Cassan saying the situation in Milwaukee Junction is over, but she's not going into any detail.
You get some credits for doing it? You, like, steal something?
Start talking.
That's cool. I was just ignoring the red thing because I assumed that they were, like, impossible to hack, but I see what you mean. Like, sometimes they're literally impossible to access, but if it's possible to reach, you should try it. If it's a shorter path, I guess. Alright, nothing in there, it turns out. Go ahead and back to exploration. How are we doing on XP until Praxis? Fairly close. Oh, you get all the loot for the whole thing automatically. That's what's happening. I see. That's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't have to hold the key down for sprint. I didn't realize that. Okay, let's do all the other side quests. Let's see. What do we want to do first? The non-side questy stuff I'm already done with. Motherly ties, lesser evils. I can do that one, S2. Why does it show more than just... Oh, there's multiple targets for S3. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. We'll do S2, and then we'll do S3, and then we'll do the main quest. Probably shouldn't just blindly follow this thing. If there's an actual path that makes sense to get me there. Go straight around the back of the gas station. Is that feasible? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't think so. Ah, here we go. Nice. Nice. That's the detective guy. See, what level is it? Level 2? Sure. Why not? We need all the way there. Yikes. This one's one way, so I can't get to it. I understand. Ooh. Now I can get augs that'll make it so I'm less likely to,
Access granted.
I see how okay, gotcha. So I want to try to hit those just to get the extra money. And you don't get extra XP for getting rewards, right? It's just credits most of the time. Red chip. Hacking stealth. Gotcha. So I think I'm going to want to unlock level 5 hacking, which I'm probably not going to get to use for a long time. We'll do that first. Tindall's apartment building. Yeah. The XP system in this game reminds me a lot of Mass Effect as well. There's a finite amount in the game. Okay, so we go left. Can't get to the database. We can try to hit this while we're hitting this one, I guess. Nice. Come on.
Access grant.
Script kitty. Okay, so this is like a prefab apartment room. Makes sense. Pike's Daily Standard, 1 globe, anti-aug terrorist a large biohazard bomb triggered at Sarif manufacturing. Oh, it does give me extra XP? Shit, I've wasted so much XP. No. Alright, well, I'll make sure to do my best to hit as many of them as I can. I should probably get that stealth upgrade. Maybe I'll get the stealth upgrade next time, and then get the level 5 upgrade after that. Never fully recover the Detroit loss. Yeah, of course. Let's focus on an oil crash. It seems less and less likely to be a problem, but it seems so certain to be one. Maybe all the fiction that focuses on it has a lot to do with that. Any individual cache will give you 1 of cache, XP, or software. Let me see. Wasn't there an upgrade that tells you what you're looking for? Gate code is 0002. Why would I need that, though? I probably already hacked to get in here. Tindall's computer.
Yo, Tindall! I know you're here, man!
Interesting. I wanted to go talk to Tindall instead of just using the computer.
Come on, man! I need my deposit! The shit hurts!
Look at your solid style.
Don't make me do something I don't want to do, Tindall! I'll kill you, man! I'll fucking kill you!
That was cool and unexpected. Hey, give me your shotgun. You can just chill in this corner, buddy. Pocket secretary. Hey Stevie, sorry man, we couldn't score as much last week and I'm all out. I'm not doing this to you on purpose, trust me, I'm looking for extra sources right now, but I didn't get an answer yet, just don't do anything crazy. Now, the fact that I checked his computer, does that preclude me from finding him and talking to him and doing the social encounter? Or can I do both? Finish reading this. Behind the gas station. Tindy boy. God, all their handles are pretty great. Meant to do both. Okay. Is Tindall in the apartment building? I didn't see him around. That's how I got in here, right? Okay. Tindy. Really like this game. More than I was expecting to. An email told me where he was hanging out. Let's see. Shows up on the quest list. It wasn't on his computer, but he's carrying it with him. Okay, right. Meet someone behind the abandoned gas station. That was the thing I just read. I understand. I got it. Alright, let's try to get everything here. Does it count as an attempt once I pop in before it even starts to detect me? Like if I tried to disconnect now and save? The fact that I came in here and checked it out? Right. Stopworm. Figure out what exactly a stopworm does. I just got some script kitty XP in addition, I think. Nuke just makes it so whatever you're about to do is undetectable, I think. Use it to capture a node instantly and with 0% chance of detection. Okay, what about the stopworm? Freeze any trace attempt. Does it stop the countdown? Oh, it's telling about the level of the hack that you did? Ah, okay. Gotcha. Sure. Makes sense. So many boxes. God, the box was inside me. Oh, terrorist at large. Same one we've been seeing other places, taking people's guns. What does it say? Lodging you lock over the duration of the program. GovNet. You'll notice a door with a security lock on it. The code for the lock is 1029 whenever you need a special delivery. All kinds of cool hidden lore in this game. Big fan. Yeah, it's a level 4 security lock. Let's get our hacking XP. Alright, so this one I can't reach that thing. Can get there, but it's going to be a pain. May as well use the stopworm on this one, right? Yeah, I got my stopworms back. Fantastic. Totally worth it. Elite skills. Okay, that's a level 4 one. Oh, shit! I didn't even think about anything more. That was pretty funny. That was really cool. Oh, video games. Yeah, I've gotten so used to just hacking, so like, well, I hacked in, I get to do whatever I want. Nope, incorrect. Alright, let's use that stop thing again. That was pretty good. Oh, come on, game. You sometimes.
Access grant.
Some people are paranoid. I know, right? All right, let's save. Huh. Not super clear. No, maybe if I had augmented vision, I could see what's going on there. I'm gonna walk in and die again. I'm just trying to figure out what caused it to happen. Yeah, there's a level 1 hack on this computer, it's fine. A bit further of a walk, though. Gotta hold that up button, man. Okay, I think I want to get the loot really badly, so...
Access granted.
Got some XP, that's cool. So that's the one where I got bonus XP for real. There's a notice to all tenants. Sam fucked up. Hey boss, Sam really fucked up this time. We told him to keep it cool. She'd come with a clean solution. This crazy ass tempter. This is back to GovNet. Scowling mask. So there wasn't a risk. He was covered and whatnot. Went straight to Big Ben's corner and iced him in the middle of the street. This is a big boss. If we ever get to Sam, you know, we'll talk to deal with the situation now. Interesting. Alright, let me save again. Those are like proximity mines, maybe? Everybody has picture safes. Oh, does this mean that I can hack either green circle in order to end the stage, or that I have to hack both of them? Ooh, I was lucky. Both, yikes. Okay. I got 2 extra stop worms. I can probably pop those here. Ooh, lucky. Holy shit. +2, -2 to random nodes. Does that affect, like, how long it takes for them to get to me? Not my detection chance, right? So I can go ahead and try to fortify. I guess it tells me 100% detection rate. I probably shouldn't screw around with that then. Okay, never mind.
Access granted.
Cool. Can't reach it. Made the loot node harder. Let's see. Shotgun cartridges, nuke virus. Maybe it's sound based? I feel like I moved ever so slightly. Freaking out in this room, man. Oy. Yeah, I saved after the computer, right? Okay. Is there an augment that would let me... I'm not going to get a repeat of the 270% in a row this time, am I? I got one. I guess my timer is a little bit more forgiving in this one.
Access granted.
Okay, save again. These might be sound triggered? I don't know if they're proximity triggered. Or if I can disarm them if I get close enough. Maybe why all these boxes are in here. Ah, okay. Whew. Yikes. If I get close enough to touch them, there's not a skill check that's happening there, right? Like... I just get to disarm for free. Respect a stealthy thief, right? I don't hear any more beeping, so I think we're okay. Commence exploding again, right? Looks like VHS tapes, heavy crates that I could move if I had the strength augments, which I do not. Crossbow arrows, that's cool. Guy's gonna show up while I'm breaking into his house. Open the door, it's full of sharks. Rise of PMCs. Blue Water Global. Totally not a stand-in for Blackwater. PMC does. War has changed. Public sentiment turned against PMCs. Need for them is very immediate. Interesting. Like this guy is a PMC guy. Should go find the gun merchant. I gotta go by the gas station anyway. Because I think my inventory is filling up again. You gotta have moving metal gears. That just goes without saying. Just gotta get home and be like, what the hell, man? There's a hack terminal on both sides of the door. See you later, buddy. You had a pretty scary room there. Alright, we're still scoping around, see what else we can do. Another floor. Oh, let's put that away. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, let's not do that. How do I put away weapons in this game again? So like the radial menu. I forgot this game had a cover system. Yeah, I thought hold X as well. I think that's the Mass Effect way. Doesn't think it wants to do it. It doesn't seem to want to do it. Oh, tap Y. Okay, got it. Cool. Understood. Security rating 5! Oh no! Totally ran into one. Oh, I'm so close to a level up. Holy shit. Alright, well, we know what to do with it as soon as we get that level up. This game, man. Very, very, very cool. I've played remarkably few games like this one. Because Mass Effect is another one I can think of that are very rewarding to a completionist. Like, it feels like a lot of the side quest content is very unique and very authored. Stuff like, you know, random PMC guys, booby-trapped room. And it's full of cookies. It's not like Skyrim where, yeah, it has lots of little neat things there, but they're kind of going for a exploration's its own reward. No. Exploration's its own reward, and we're gonna give you a little Korok seed head nod that, yep, we know you found this, good job. I'm a weak gamer and that I'm so dependent on cookies like that. They pretty significantly affect my enjoyment. If you give them, I'll enjoy your game more than if you don't. Witcher 3 has good side quests like that. Yeah, I've heard that Witcher 3 sounds like a game that would be up my alley. The rest of the Witcher series is pretty good for that too. Alright, so I'm back here now. So we can go ahead and do the gas station quest really quick just to get the XP we need to come back and hack that terminal. This is where having that falling damage augment would be pretty nice. I'll enjoy Cookie Clicker. 2 is sweet but less open worldy exploring. Yeah, this particular kind of game really connects to me. Again, it's kind of hard to describe it. It's one of those, you know it when you see it sort of setups a game. It's not just it's a shooter RPG, and it's not just that it's a CRPG. 150 hours. Wow, that's crazy. Did you go pretty completionist in your playthrough? Oh, screw this level. Really want to get that stealth upgrade so we can reliably get all the rewards.
Access granted.
Did just about everything. Right on. That's cool. One of these days I'm gonna break into one of these people's houses and they're gonna be home and be like, what the hell, dude? Dude, you. Don't mind me. Fortifying. Yeah, I was looking forward to that so I could go back and do that level 5 hack node. Okay, so fortifying doesn't actually slow the timer down though, right? It just makes it so that the red line doesn't get to a spot as quickly? Or does it actually affect the timer as well? I thought the red line was just, if that hits a node, then it's going to take you longer to hack that node if you get to it at the same point. But if it slows the timer down, then I can see the multitasking value there. The timer is just the cumulative time for the red line. Oh, I see. Tight pants. Really? Level 1 node? Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Access granted.
Got the credit stash.
I see.
I see.
I see. I see. I see.
I see. I see.
I see.
Big brother. That was totally worth hacking. I like that there's a decent mix of, like, pointless bullshit and important stuff. I feel less bad about not reading. I was like, just started reading the newspapers. Like, these are all the same paper. That totally makes sense, right? It's that time of day. Cyber Boost Pro Energy Bar. That's all you got. And an ebook. Essential viewing on hollow, flat screen, and streaming media. This News Network. Heroes on Call. This Bell Tower team get trapped in the orphanage by a UN hit squad. That's interesting. Man, they communicate so much lore with just that description of an episode of a TV show. A PMC team being attacked by a UN hit squad. Opposite of Jack Lee forces his partner to massacre his wife when Susan divorces him. Paris Towers versus Seattle Hammers. Enhanced Hockey League. I'd watch the hell out of Enhanced Hockey. You need to have sports where steroid injections are mandatory. It's the Futurama joke. Fantasy Adventure, rated PG. I've seen stuff about Naisha Akeem. Live concert in Mombasa. 2026. Cool. Alright, let me make it back to the other... I guess I'll finish exploring this building, but I gotta make it back to the other building where I could use the level 5 hack. Because that one was never openable, right? Oh, wow. Time just got away from me. It's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. Time to roll, everybody. Give you an update on what's coming up next week. This game's super fun, though. Thank you to everybody who voted it up. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.